guys, I haven't done very many live videos, so unfortunately I can't figure out how to see the comments. Oh wait, maybe I can. Just give me a second. Okay. I think that I won't see any chats until I start getting comments. So I'm just going to talk about it right now. I have my SE425 set up, and I know it's kind of dim in here. I'm really sorry about that. I have all the lights on, but it's just a problem all the time. I'm getting ready to make a couple travel tags that I've digitized. I have a video on it on my playlist, but I just took it into SewArt Pro and put it all together. So I'm kind of excited to get started on this, but I figured I'd set up my camera and answer some questions you guys might have before I get started on it. I'm gonna be loading a bobbin while we're talking. And yeah, send me any questions you have. If I can't answer them, I'll try to send you to somebody who does, who knows the answer. And I did just see a message come up, but now I can't see. Oh, I guess I'm not supposed to physically respond to it. Thanks for being patient with me. I don't really understand how all this stuff works sometimes. I'm a little slow on the YouTube stuff. So I'm just going to grab, I have a bobbin already over here. And I'm going to be using these two colors. This is beautiful. I don't know if you can see the color very well, but it's like this rose copper gold, pretty faux leather vinyl. Has a soft backing from Hobby Lobby. I wish I hadn't taken the thing off because I could show you guys exactly what it is. So I'm going to be using that one and this one for the two different sets, and this is going to be the backing for it. I think you can find this at Joann's. I found it at the thrift store at Goodwill, and I've been using it for years. I've had the same piece for years and I love it. I just, I don't use very much of it very often, so when I do, I think it's really pretty. Okay, so let's get our brown loaded. I'm using the embroidery thread, and I know a lot of people have a lot of problems with this stuff, and so did I for a long time. You just have to put it on the stick a little bit differently. When you load it up onto the top, you want to put it in like this, but with this part, instead of that being outward like you normally would, you're going to put it inward so it can seat on this round. See how it's kind of round? I hope that makes sense. Because whenever it does that, it feels like it's going to be okay, but it never is. It always catches. It's not good. So I'll be right back. I don't want to go all the way down there. So on the machine, it's numbered, and it shows you all the directions on which way to go on these. So I just wrap it around a couple times. Sorry if my arm was in the way. I just wrap it a couple times, and then I let it cut off down here at the bottom. Then I push it over gently. Sometimes it pops out. You have to do that a couple times. And down here is the button to do your bobbin. Oops. I don't know why it's catching. There we go. I didn't have it turned all the way up. Hope you guys are doing good. Having a good day. This is another problem people have with embroidery. it catches and catches and catches. And there, see right here, there's this little thing. Here, I'll show you up close. Right there, there's like this stupid piece from the plastic, like the mold injecting, you know, where they all come out and they have to cut them off. That keeps catching. So I think I'm going to turn it around and still have that piece facing inward like that. Okay. And my fear about this is that it's going to get caught around the front in the small space. So embroidery thread is really beautiful, but it does come with its problems, which is why it's so inexpensive. It's really pretty, it catches your eye, and you want to use it. Oops. Ooh. But then you run into all kinds of trouble. Oh, that's cool, Brenda. I'm sorry if I haven't seen messages. I haven't been looking. That's really cool, Brenda. Do, 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 do. Oh, I figured it out. Now I can see all of them. Okay, so it'll stop spinning when it's done, when it's all full. And I know that it looks a little bit fuller than probably yours does, and that's because I adjusted that little top pin right here over just a little bit so I could get more bobbin thread. I don't know if that's allowed, but there's a screw there for a reason, so. Alright, so I'm going to put this in my bobbin, around, over, and it'll cut, and then you put that on top. And then you want to thread your needle. However, my automatic threader died like the first week I got it. And I've even taken it to a brother dealer, and he's like, I don't know how to fix it. So it's never been fixed. So I have to do all the threading. Okay, so I'm going to grab it, and like just like with the bobbin, it's all numbered. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tells you how to go up here, all there. Even though all this stuff might look cluttery and jumbled on your machine, don't take the stickers off because they're really helpful. I've had my machine for years and I still follow a lot of the numbers. Okay. I guess it's not really an FAQ since I can't really see and do this. And I wish that they would leave the messages up. That's the problem that I'm having. Sorry, I'm jumbling my words. YouTube, the messages go away really fast. Like they come up and then they fade away. And I think unless I have a laptop set up as well, like I said, I'm trying to figure this out. And I'm sure that I will eventually and hopefully soon. But it's all ready. I've already loaded my file onto the machine, so that's where you push to get it. You press the design and then you press the upload. And now there it is, all ready for me. So what it's going to do is it's going to print out a die line for me. Here, let's go to check color. Whenever you check color, you can see all the steps. It's going to print out a die line for me, so I'll know where to put my bottom fabric. On the travel tag, I have to do the bottom first and take that off and then do another hooping for the front of it, and then it all goes together at the end on the back of the front. So on this, it'll do the die line, the fancy design, which is an S for my friend Sarah, and then we will take that whole thing off of the hoop, and that'll just go sit on the side, and then I'll hoop it another stabilizer set, and it's going to give me a die line for a little ribbon or a loop. It's going to show me where to put that. I'm going to put that down there and probably tape it, and then I'll get a die line to go over that to tack it down, as well as show me where to place my fabric. And once that's down, I'll place this pretty top fabric, and we'll get a tack down, and then it's going to do the inside window. And then this last one is just going to be 3 sides, so that at the end when we cut it all out, that top part is open and you can slide your pictures, or not your picture, but your little card that has your name and stuff on it in the side of it. And then whenever that's all done, it's going to do one final stitch all the way around. I don't know why it has that on there twice. Or maybe it's just showing 7 even though that's there. That's weird. But in any case, there's only 7 steps, and it's kind of a big pain in the butt, or I would do it on camera, and plus embroidery machines are crazy loud, so I can't fast forward real life. So I'm not going to start yet, so if you guys have questions, I'm sitting and I can see the comments before they go away. Do you guys have a Hobby Lobby near you? If you do, this is in the ribbon section. And it's the first time I've ever found this specific kind. A lot of people that do in the hoop projects like keychains and things like that, they'll use this kind of faux fabric, or it's really thick like marine leather or marine vinyl. So there's 2 different kind of vinyls in the crafting world, and it's this kind of vinyl that people will use. They'll call this vinyl. And then the kind that's for the cutting machine, that's like contact paper, just adhesive vinyl or iron-on vinyl. But yeah, I got confused by that whenever I first started, because I wanted to order vinyl to do key fobs, and I didn't understand that you had to order specific kind, like marine vinyl, and the adhesive vinyl for your cutting machines don't work. So, well, if you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to go ahead and close this up. I hope that you learned something. I'm sorry I wasn't very good at... Yes, it is live now recording. Viv Lee. I was just getting ready to close up, but if you have some questions, I'm all for you. But I hope if you have this machine, you love it. I've had it for quite a while and I love it. They don't even sell it at our Walmart anymore, but I don't want to upgrade. I mean, I want to upgrade eventually to a multi-needle machine, but I love this machine. Especially once I've learned all the different things that you can do with it. And if you're new at your machine, you don't have your machine yet, one of the websites that I always recommend is called urbanthreads.com. urbanthreads.com, or Embroidery Library, their sister sites. And oh good, hi Viv, that's good to hear. Okay, so go to Urban Threads and go through their design categories. Embroidery Library is their sister site, and they have design categories as well. But it will really kind of open your eyes to all the different things that you can do with your embroidery machine. And this one specifically, a lot of people don't get this hoop because it's the smallest hoop. It's a 4x4, which means it's really like a 3.8 by 3.8. It's not really even a 4x4. But it's a very small hoop. But you can really exploit it and do a ton of different things. Also, it comes with a manual. This is what your manual looks like if you don't know. If you've lost it or you don't like it. I wonder why I have it. Oh, these pages will show you what all the different feet do. 70, 71, all the different stitch settings and which feet to use, all kinds of stuff. If you need reinforcement, like stabilizer underneath it when you're just regular sewing, that's really cool. Do you guys use this much for sewing? I use this all the time for sewing. I swap back and forth all the time. I know a lot of people get this as the embroidery machine and keep it like that, and they have a separate sewing machine. But sewing on this thing is such a dream. Such a dream. And Viv, I hope you get this one. It's, like I said, it's out of style, out of date, but it's such a wonderful machine and definitely worth what you're probably gonna pay for it. You know, it's probably only a $200, $300 machine now, but it's still really lovely, really wonderful. This is a little quick reference guide that comes with your machine. So if you have this, this will help you tons, because on this window here, let's get all the way out of here to the front. If you go into their designs, everything is blue and blue. It's not even black, it's blue and weird. Oh, that's a good question. I knew whenever I first got the machine, because there was a big sticker on it that said something. I think that this one comes with 70 designs already on it and a CD with like 100 more designs. I've honestly looked at the CD twice. I don't even know where it's at. It's probably in the bin that I found these in, but I just didn't even look for it. And the designs that come with it are, let me show you. They're really beautiful, but for a single needle machine, they're kind of a pain because they're intricate and they take so many, like look at that one. It's really beautiful, but oh my gosh, it has 20 different color changes. That's insanity for a single needle machine. It will drive you crazy, or you'll really enjoy it because it's really nice and they have a lot of beautiful designs. I'm in between on most days. Some days I really love their stuff. Some days I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna take that time. So the extra CD comes with more stuff like this. Pretty traditional embroidery designs. They have applique, but they don't really explain how to do that. So I have a video on that, on how to applique on here, because you can do it. It just does not explain it at all in the manuals, and it's really super simple. I could actually show you right now. And I just saw somebody's comment, but it went away before I could respond, and I'm really sorry. Okay. And now, oh, so applique, you're going to come in here and just choose a shape. Go in there, choose a shape, and then go to stitch number 10, which is just a regular running stitch. Choose that. That's going to stitch out a little die line. So in applique, there's 3 steps. There's a die line, a tack down, and a final stitch. And in the hoop projects, there can be a lot more steps than that. But for simple, you just have it sew out this. Then you put your fabric down on the die line, right over where it tells you to. If you have a cutting machine, you can pre-cut your fabric. And so you have it sew out that, and then put your fabric down, sew it out one more time, and then cut around that same spot, and then come out of here, noting your sizes. If you didn't change anything, you should be fine. And come in here and check stitch number 2, and that's going to be your satin stitch, your final stitch. It's going to cover up the edges of everything, and it's going to be really pretty around. This machine does a really beautiful satin stitch. So applique, 3 ways, three steps. You're going to do a die line with the running stitch, a tack down with the running stitch, and then you're going to get out of there and you're going to choose number 2. It's a satin stitch, or whatever end you want, honestly. So oh, I was going to show you something else about the manual. Whenever I first got my machine, I lived on this thing. So it spells out everything in pictures. So if you can't, I sometimes will read things and it just doesn't make any sense. I have to see it physically. I have to see how somebody else does it. I have to see how 2 or 3 other people do it, or I have to see these kind of charts. I really like it. That tells you all the different ones that are on your machine for sewing. And then it shows you how to change it, how to select your embroidery patterns. flow chart for embroidery patterns. So there's probably tons I still need to learn too. Like sometimes I'll load a project and the little thing for the hoop sizes will come up and be flashing, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what that means. I only have one hoop size, but I know that you can have the tiny hoop, and then you can also have the 4x6 that is the repositional hoop, and you can find those on Amazon. You mentioned your auto, so how do you have to manually? Yes, I have to manually do it, and luckily I'm still young enough and my eyes are good enough, but it's not going to last much longer. I can already see that I'm having trouble. My manual came with my machine, and I'm pretty sure that you can find all of this same stuff online on the Brother website if you do some searching, but it should come in the package with your machine. And I'm just lost. I wish it would show me the comments longer. I don't know how to make that happen. So I just, if you just made a comment, and I think that Viv did, I didn't see it, please comment again. I know that's really annoying. But until I get this all figured out, maybe next time I'll have somebody help me so they can ask the questions or write down the questions or comments while I'm talking. I don't know. I just feel like such an technologically challenged person when it comes to YouTube sometimes. Oh, Carol, I'm so sorry you didn't get one with your new machine. I'm pretty sure that if you call Brother, and let's see if there's a phone number on here to call. If you call Brother, they'll probably send you a replacement one. And of course, there's no phone numbers in here. Oh, here we go. Let's see, what does it say here? Oh, it doesn't say anything about how to get the manual though. Sorry. I don't know why I thought that would be one. Well, I will keep looking, and I'll post it in the comments if I find out how to get it. Okay, Carol? It's Stacy, it's super easy. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off and show you. So whenever you want to get out of embroidery mode, there's this little thing that'll push your bar back. Okay, and that makes it ready for you to unplug it. And then you want to turn off the machine. And then this just pops right off. There's a little lever in the back. And so that just pops right off. This part is the chip or plug that goes in the machine and goes right in there. And whenever you want to sew, you just take that off. And then this is the little piece. I put contact paper on there to remember where to sew, but that's not a part of the machine. It just pops on there. So it's not a huge area, but it's sufficient. It's kind of hard to do quilts on it, to be honest with you, if you're doing a bigger quilt. The smaller quilts are really easy. It's really fun. It's really nice. You can put your regular J foot back on, or you can leave your Q foot on if you're going to do freehand kind of embroidery. So sewing on it is really fun. I've never used the foot pedal. When I first got it, I didn't like the idea that I wasn't going to use my foot pedal. Like, I didn't like the idea that it didn't need a foot pedal. and that I was going to push a button. I thought, oh my gosh, that's not sewing, right? And then I pushed the button for the first time, and I never ever plugged the foot part in. Yeah, I agree. I love that it's a combo machine. Makes me so happy. I wanted an embroidery machine forever just to add names to the quilts and blankets I was making. And once we got the machine and realized all the different things it could do, our life changed, my life big time changed, because I started my YouTube channel and everything. It really changed my life. There was so much stuff I didn't understand, so I had to teach myself, and then I could tell that other people still couldn't figure that stuff out, and I understood how they couldn't figure it out. So that's how I started my YouTube channel, was because of this machine. And now I get to work at home and help people doing what I'm already doing, making gifts for other people. So that's just, I don't know if you can call that a dream job, but I think it's pretty much a dream job. It might not give me my dream pay, but it's cool. Yeah, Stacy, I love In the Hoop too. In the Hoop is my, it's my my whole world. I love In the Hoop projects. I think they're so much fun. And I wish more people would get into them, because I was so scared of them to begin with. Oh my gosh, so intimidated. And now it's really the only kind of projects I really love doing. Regular embroidery is just, I never really do that. It's just an addition to the In the Hoop projects that I work on. So I really enjoy digitizing the In the Hoop projects on SewArt too, because they have all the applique options. Yeah, I love that it's a sewing machine and an embroidery machine. It makes it really easy to swap it out. It makes it really easy to just, if you just have some stuff to sew, you can just, you know, switch it over and sew it and switch it right back to embroidery. It's super cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. This has been really fun and informative for me, really helpful for me to figure out how to do these live things so that we can do more of them. And thank you, Stacy. We can do more of them, and we can have a lot more fun together, because whenever everybody has understanding, it helps other people with understanding, and that just reverberates, and it's so much more fun when we can do stuff like this as a group. And if you don't already have this machine and you're thinking about getting it, go for it. It is a lower price machine. It's a low quality machine. Your dealer will try to talk you out of it, because it costs as much to do service on it as it does to buy it, but it's worth it. Oh, sorry. I really meant to point this out too. Regarding tension, a lot of people struggle with tension, and I'm really sorry to throw this in at the last minute. I struggle with tension a lot until my machine just one day accepted that a little bit past 4, and I've never had to touch it again in years. I've never touched it. So I don't know if some people change it for different projects and stuff like that, but I haven't had to. And I hope that that happens for you too. If you're struggling a lot, don't take it personally. Don't cry. Don't throw up your arms. Don't throw out the machine. You can cuss at it though. That totally does help. All right, I hope you guys have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.